Welcome back, folks. Sheepdog Smokey here, and this is my Shed Talk number 4, I believe. Want to say good morning to those watching early, good afternoon or good evening to those watching later. As always, remember to subscribe so you're part of the giveaway crowd, which will be at 500, 1,000, and 1,500. Keep doing that. For 1, 2, and 3 books, respectively. Choices are Brave New World, 1984, and Fahrenheit 451. This one is going to be shorter. I am actually starting work from home tomorrow. So I don't really know what to expect. If you watched the Shed Talk IT, I have been work from home before. I had a position with a job about 16 years ago where I worked from home for 2 weeks, and I almost never saw someone face to face except for grocery shopping at 2 in the morning after my shift ended. And I'll tell you, that was interesting. At the end of it, it was weird going back to work. But this one, I don't think will be as hard because even though I'm at home, I'll still be interacting with people. I'll still be seeing my parents, my nephew, stuff like that. I don't doubt that I'll go pick up something to eat once in a while, although I do expect to save money because I won't be eating lunch at fast food. I'll be eating a sandwich here or whatnot. But I wanted to reinforce something that's been going around in the news and from other sources lately. As always, the mainstream media, those who are utterly dependent on ratings, they overhype everything. COVID-19 is dangerous, just as influenza, just as the common cold, and many other medical things we've encountered in the last 100 years. Okay? It's not the end of the world. I don't in any way believe we're going to see half of the population wiped out. The Black Plague didn't wipe out half of the world's population. It wiped out a third of Europe. Okay? It might have touched a few other continents, but it wasn't even recorded. And that's the Black Plague. COVID-19 is nowhere near that. If you listen to medical doctors, okay, not journalists or those who claim to be journalists, if you listen to medical doctors, they tell you, yes, you need to be careful. Wash your hands regularly and often. Don't go to large gatherings and watch out for having multiple symptoms. If you just have a cough, I'll admit, I have a cough. Sadly, I am a smoker. I got started on it 20 years ago, and I'm still doing it. I'm doing better, though, for those who have heard me talk about it. But if you look at it, COVID-19, the Wuhan virus, the Chinese coronavirus, and no, that is not racist. It started in the Wuhan province of China. But it's not just killing people right and left. The people who are the most adversely affected are the same ones who are the most adversely affected by the flu, the common influenza virus. Those would be the elderly and those who are not healthy already. The elderly are, of course, going to be starting to see failing health because of age. Someone who has pre-existing conditions, diabetes, asthma, any other serious condition, they're going to be more at risk than someone without those conditions because their immune system is already compromised. Social distancing helps ensure that everyone is aware and conscious of this so we can care for those who need it and not have panic. I've seen some stories about people who are trying to visit their relatives in assisted living homes. My grandmother lives in an assisted living home not far from me, but they'll likely go on lockdown. What you have to think about there is not only those you want to visit, but those caring for them. What happens if a nursing home goes on 24/7 lockdown for 2 weeks? The nurses there have families. Many of them have children that they care for. Be aware of that. Reach out to them as well to see how you can help. Even if it's just driving those kids to their aunt or uncle or grandparents or to a friend to care for until mom or dad can get home. If mom or dad is the only one there and the other is at home, maybe take them dinner. Another one I saw is related to that. Check with your local churches and nonprofits and other charities to see if they are able to help the people around. Maybe set up an iPad. You could somehow get to your relative in the assisted living center, Android tablet, iPad, phone, whatever, so you can FaceTime or Skype with them. Even in the very remote area my grandmother is in, they still have Wi-Fi. So we could still send a tablet down to where my grandmother could talk to us and see us. And that is a big thing. You know, isolation is dangerous as much as it's enjoyable to be away from people because it does wear on you. So think about all those things. Finally, I want to bring up something I've talked about before, and that is the whole supply situation. Don't panic, okay? Stores are not going to be bare for 2 weeks. For crying out loud, we probably produce enough toilet paper in a week to take care of the country. It normally doesn't get bought this fast because people don't stupidly panic. You know, I understand. If you normally buy a 12-pack, buy 2. Don't buy 12 12-packs. You don't need 144 rolls. If you're going through that many, you got a problem. You don't need to buy a case of water for a day. So you don't need a pallet for 2 weeks. You're still going to be able to go to the store. You're still going to be able to get supplies. You may have to go a bit more often if you don't have the ability to buy in bulk. But if you buy out an item, that's something someone else needs that they can't buy. I've seen stories where, for example, an elderly gentleman goes into a drugstore just looking for toilet paper because they're out and his wife is very ill. And the clerk is moved by it and tells him, "Tell me how to get to you. I'll find someone to get it to you, but you need to go home and be comfortable." Or someone giving it away because they can buy a pallet of 12 at a time because they have a business. There is good in the world, and there are those who panic in the world. Don't be the second. If you can't be that person giving it away, just don't be the person taking it out of circulation. Okay, I'll admit, yes, I normally buy 1 6-pack of toilet paper or 1 2-pack of paper towels. I bought 2 6-packs of toilet paper and 1 4-pack of paper towels. That's it. I have plenty of soup, SpaghettiOs, beef stew. I have ground beef and hamburger helper. I have milk, I have bread, I have cheese, I have ham, eggs because I have chickens. I'm not going to go hoard stuff. For crying out loud, I'll probably still end up giving away eggs because my chickens lay them faster than we can eat them. It's when people panic that really it's a FUBAR situation. And we don't need that, especially now. In closing, the biggest thing I would tell you is to moderate your consumption of mass media. Cuomo, Acosta, Stelter, Tucker, Hannity, all of them. No matter how much you like one of them or multiple of them or don't like one or multiple of them, they're all tied to ratings. They need ratings. And if you overindulge on them, you're going to be affected. Okay? Watch your local news. Talk to your friends. Just don't let this drive you to be someone you're not. I've talked long enough. Let me know what you think in the comments, but as always, remain civil. We're not here to scream and yell and insult each other. We're here to talk like adults. We can disagree and be civil. As always, please remember to like the video, share so we can expand the conversation on the channel, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you're aware of all new content and part of the giveaway. Again, at 500, 1,000, and 1,500 subscribers, I'm giving away 1, 2, and 3 books respectively. 1, 2, or 3. The choices are Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, and 1984. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.